Hey fellas, I know what you're thinking. If you watched my video yesterday, you're like, hey, he filmed this the same day as he did the one he filmed yesterday. Well, no, I'm just wearing the same clothes. Look over there, right over there. Look at that. Oh, I got it done. Woo! And I'm happy. I'm real happy with this one. Real difficult because of not the kit, but the age of the kit. The plastic was brittle. It didn't accept my Tamiya extra thin very well. So there were a lot of those kind of issues with dealing with a kit that's so old. When I went to put the little exhaust nozzles on with those little balls on them, they immediately broke off. So I had to magnetize them. I'll show you that here in a bit. But real happy with it. I think it turned out really good. Not perfect, but it looks really cool. And you know, I thought I'd been working on this for a long time, and I looked at the first video I posted, and it was a little over a week ago, I think. And I'm thinking, man, I know I put a lot more time in this than that. And then I realized with the coronavirus, my kids are home, so, and they're not going to dance, they're not going to band practice. So normally I have to quit modeling about 2:30, and I got to go pick up the kids from school and take them to all their activities. So that's usually about the end of my modeling day. And with the kids being home and not having to pick them up and take them everywhere, I've been working till like 5 o'clock till supper time, and then sometimes even a little bit after that. So it's kind of nice. Anyway, well, I will quit jabbing. I hope you've enjoyed this build, and let's go look and see what I came up with. All right, let's take a look at it, fellas. As you can see, I've got the box propped up there, and it looks pretty close to the box art. I am extremely, extremely happy with this. Go ahead and put this down so it doesn't fall. It's an expensive box. But there we go. Let's spin it around so you can get a good view of it. It's really fragile. I don't know. Somebody had made a comment, I think, that they had played with this kit when they were a kid. And like I said before, I just don't see anybody playing with this. It is really fragile. But it's got the movable parts, and you can take stuff off. Now, we'll start at the top. The moon ship. It fits in here just like so, and it comes out. And let's see, let's get this off here. So there is the closed nose cone that I rejiggered. And then here's the opposite nose cone, which fits in the little slot right here in the back. And then this thing pops out. It's like a sled, a ski, but I don't really want to try to dig in there and pull it out with gloves on. And the reason I have gloves on is because with this real shiny finish, I don't want to put fingerprints on it. It is dry, but I just, if the owner wants to put his fingerprints on it, then he can have at it. But I just didn't want to put my grubby fingerprints on this nice finish. So those are the nose cones. And then here is the little landing gear that pop out. And again, I'm not probably going to be able to pop it out, but they come out, and you can set it down on its landing gear. Now, I was able to get this on the top portion here that pops open so you can see the inside. But as you can see, it doesn't fit really well. And I did my darndest to get it to fit, but it is what it is. But it pops off just like that, and it actually stays on, surprisingly. So there's the inside. I ended up taking just a little bit of glue, of my sprue goo, and putting in here to right along the edge very carefully to get this framing type thing to stick down in there so that this would fit as good as it does. So, it would look probably better all closed up, but that's not the way it's meant to be. So there we go. And I've got the windows in, and I use Testor's clear cement for those. Now, this one right here pops up. So you can actually like pull this up a little bit and it goes down. And I ended up using a little bit of sprue goo right inside there to make sure that that was, because there's another clear piece that holds this down. So I don't understand the purpose, but you know, there it is. The an issue that I ran into with this was when I went to put the exhaust nozzles on. Those, I don't know if you saw those in the, if you remember those in the previous videos, but these had little balls attached to them that stick up in there into a little socket. Well, I knew that it was going to be really fragile, and I did what I could to maintain those little balls, but as soon as I stuck it in there, they just broke right off. So what I ended up doing is just putting some magnets in here. Now, these little dealios right here stick into little holes in the exhaust nozzles, and I guess I could glue them, but when I ship these, I want to ship these off the model because these will break off, which is why I magnetized them. So the owner can just put these on with a magnet. If he wants, he can glue those in and be done with it, but they all pop off with magnets. So I can take them off for shipping. Now, right up in here, I did have to use a little bit of 5-minute epoxy to stiffen these big boosters onto the two smaller ones. And it's not the prettiest, but you can't really tell. It's real dark inside there, and it's not something you're really gonna be looking for. But they're on there pretty solidly. I used my sprue goo to glue them in, and then added the 5-minute epoxy right there along the edges so that they would stick in here and stay. And it goes down here just like so. And again, this is fragile. I just need to not break it before I ship it. So I'm gonna have to really pack this one carefully. I'm probably not gonna be able to pack it the way I normally do. So I'll probably rip open a couple pillows and use those as padding, and package this up a little bit differently. But there it is, fellas. I am extremely happy with it. I hope you enjoyed this build. It is probably the only time in my lifetime that I will be able to build this kit. And I might be the only one ever built with the extended boosters. So there we go. I'll flash up some pictures, and I appreciate you watching.